Hi guys, it's Vivi, and today I will be playing a game on chess.com, 15 plus 10, as a time control, and let's, without further ado, get on with it. So, we are playing Miracle Chop. My first move will be d4. Knight to f6 and Queen's Gambit. I should have played Knight c3 instead of Knight f3, but that's already played, so. Okay, black just played pawn to d4. Right now, nothing big is being threatened. I should just continue to develop my pieces. Castle from black and e3. Currently, I'm just thinking of, bishop here, and then castles. Oh, okay, so black played c5. What does it do? I can take, or I can ignore. I can play d takes c5, or I can play c takes d5. We just need to see which move is better. Honestly, if I play d to take c5, it kind of looks like I could win a pawn, and I think my position would be better. Black played queen to a5. What are they threatening? To capture back the pawn. My knight is currently pinned now. And I can't really take this pawn because the knight will capture and my piece will be under pressure. So perhaps I will just play bishop to e2 so my queen is still on this file. Also, I realized my settings are a bit weird. Okay. Hold up. That looks better. So right now, our plan is, okay, they played knight to e4. I think our plan is just to protect our knight right now. It looks kind of weak. And I don't know if this position was the best for me. In general, I shouldn't have put my king in this bad position. But I could just castle and get out of it. It's okay if they win a pawn because I can win that pawn back and attack their bishop. So I will castle. So this pawn's attacked. I'm planning on taking this pawn with the c4 one just to control more center in general, these squares. Okay, so black just played knight to c3. Well, I'm obviously going to take back. If you can take back, and don't hesitate. D takes c4. Now I can capture the pawn back with my bishop. That looks like the best or a pretty good move, but then queen can take on c5 and attack my bishop again. Knight d4 looks nice, but then there's a fork on e5, and that would not be pleasing. Okay, what about queen to d5? That won't necessarily be a good move, but I mean, it's a pretty good move because it attacks this pawn, and also if the bishop takes, my rook can just move away. And if I do take this, then there's this, and I'm also posing a threat on this, which prevents the bishop from development. E6 was played, and that's what I suspected, but I don't see why I can't capture the pawn on c4 with my queen. Yes, that is what I will do. Right now, I think we do have a pretty good position. Our position is not terrible or anything. We can develop our rooks. This pawn is sort of just hanging, but we don't necessarily need it. It's not that important. We can make use of the d6 square, like putting our bishop here, and this defends the c5 pawn at the same time. So let's do that. Black just played rook to d8. Using the file, we can develop our rook right now too. Maybe we might want to protect the c3 pawn, maybe not. It's not that important. The queen on a5 is definitely not in the best square for black. But right now we need to focus on moving our pieces forward and not creating weaknesses. Does black have a weakness currently? Right now, not really. The d6 square is the only sort of hole that they do have. The e7 square too, but it's unrealistic to put a piece there. Bishop to c7 would be a nice fork, but there's too many pieces defending that. Rook b1, rook b5, moving the queen away, and then possibly I could attack the rook with my bishop because it is really getting on my nerve. So let's just develop our rook right now. White played queen takes c3. Now we need to see if a queen trade is worthwhile. Honestly, trading queens does not seem like a bad idea. Potentially, maybe we can take this knight with the bishop and give them bad pawns, but we do want to keep the bishop pair, so that might not be an option for us. We could possibly play bishop to b5 and then bishop to f7, but right now let's just trade queens and see what happens. Bishop to the queen, our rook is being attacked. We could move the rook away, maybe rook to c1, gaining a tempo, and the bishop would most likely go to b4, attacking our pawn, but not enough times. And we can go on with the plan of bishop to b5, but if black plays bishop d7, then what? Then I can play bishop to e7 and win that bishop. Bishop went back to g6. And now can we still do what we wanted to do before? No, because the e7 square is protected, but we could potentially play e4, e5 maybe. And that would get rid of that bishop that was in our way. That does seem like a pretty great move. It does not waste too much tempo because it doesn't seem like black can do anything before that time. Okay, e4 it is. Remember, our plan is to push to e5. The bishop would have to move back, and we can play bishop to b5. Potentially, if they do play bishop to g7, we can play bishop e7. Wherever the rook moves away, wherever, this bishop will be lost, and this rook would protect this bishop. Don't know if that's too complicated, or the arrows are just complicated. But basically, we're just trying to move our pieces forward, focus on this rook and this bishop. And they did play bishop to d7, and I'm pretty sure if I were to play e5, the only good bishop move is to move back somewhere here. And after they do that, I can play bishop to e7. The rook would have to move away, and I would be able to capture this bishop. Bishop moves away. Now if bishop e7, I want to double check that it is good. And it is safe because I don't think black can do anything to counter that. And that was a pretty easy win. Our opponent did resign because obviously our position was better. I think they blundered, and maybe we can go and analyze this game a little. See which mistakes we played, because I am pretty sure that I made a few mistakes. Maybe I could have played a better move. Maybe our opponent made a good mistake, or we gave them a chance that they just didn't catch. I doubt that, but we will see. Okay, so I actually made... Ew, okay. I made a few blunders. Oh no, that was his blunder. Okay. That was his blunder. His or them. His or her, them. That was their blunder, not mine. E4 was a mistake. Knight b4. I see, and then they could have just protected this piece from, I don't know. Where's the other blunder though? The other blunder, okay, there was bishop to d7, that was his blunder. Their blunder, sorry, once again. That definitely was the blunder that I was talking about when I was playing the game, where I would just play bishop to b5, or sorry, I would play e5 when bishop moves away, then I would play bishop to e7, and this rook has no way of defending this bishop, and it will be lost because my rook can take and protect my bishop on e7 at the same time. There was another mistake made by me. Oh, could I have played a better move? Okay, maybe bishop e7 might not have been the better move. Let's look at the best move. Okay, I should have taken the knight first, and so they say I should have taken the knight first, and maybe after bishop e7 would have been a better move. Okay, and for me, my opening theory is just not the best. It said that d takes c7 is the last book move, so maybe I should have played a better move. But anyways, that is basically all. I won the game. We see our opponent blundered a bit. If they didn't blunder, then we probably would have played it out for longer. But thank you guys so much for watching, and that is all for today.